Tonight, we bring you breaking news that could shake the very foundations of North America's energy landscape. Canada has just shut down a staggering $103.3 billion oil supply to the United States, igniting a geopolitical firestorm and sending global markets into chaos. But the real shocker: the United States is making an unprecedented power move in response, and the ripple effects are already being felt across industries worldwide. From skyrocketing gas prices to the aviation crisis to a looming energy war, this is a story you can't afford to miss. Stay tuned as we uncover every explosive detail right here on Live News 16. Good evening, I'm Janet MacArthur, and this is Live News 16, your go-to source for high-impact news and analysis. The world woke up to a shocking reality today. Canada, one of America's closest allies and biggest energy suppliers, has pulled the plug on oil exports to the United States. And it's not just a minor dispute, this is a full-scale energy shift with billions of dollars at stake. But why now? What pushed Canada to make such a drastic decision? And most importantly, what does this mean for you? Buckle up, because we're about to break it all down. Since the United States has imposed hefty tariffs on Canadian goods, believing that its northern neighbor wouldn't dare retaliate. Well, that belief has just been shattered. Canada warned Washington time and time again, but those warnings fell on deaf ears. Now, in what can only be described as a strategic masterstroke, Canada has flipped the script, halting its oil exports to the U.S. and securing billion-dollar energy deals with China and India instead. That's right, the two largest energy-consuming nations in the world are now Canada's new best friends. The question is, how did the U.S. let this happen? The fallout was immediate. Within hours, oil prices surged, sending shockwaves through global markets. Gas stations across the U.S. are already reporting shortages. The aviation industry is bracing for impact as jet fuel prices soar, threatening thousands of flights and ticket prices skyrocketing. Trucking, manufacturing, agriculture, every sector that relies on affordable energy is now in crisis mode. We're not just talking about an economic setback, folks, this is a full-blown energy disaster. And let's not forget the domino effect. States like New York, California, and Michigan, which heavily depend on Canadian hydroelectric power, are now facing rolling blackouts. Electricity bills are climbing at an unprecedented rate. Families are feeling the pinch. Businesses are in turmoil, and Washington, they're scrambling to find a way out of this crisis. The Trump administration is now desperately seeking alternative energy suppliers, but here's the problem: Canada's move was not a spur-of-the-moment decision. This was a well-planned, long-term strategy to reduce dependence on the United States. Washington is now reaching out to Middle Eastern oil giants, but guess what? The prices aren't the same. With OPEC controlling supply and demand, America is left in a vulnerable position, something we haven't seen in decades. The question now is, who will pay the price for this miscalculation? Make no mistake, Canada is not just cutting off the U.S. for revenge. This is a calculated economic power move. By securing energy deals with China, India, and even some European nations looking to move away from Russian energy, Canada is cementing its position as a global energy powerhouse. The shift is happening right before our eyes, and North America may never be the same again. So what's next? Experts warn that we could be on the brink of an all-out energy war. The U.S. may retaliate with trade sanctions. Canada could push further and cut off other critical exports. China and India are watching closely, ready to seize even more influence in the global energy market. And you'll feel it every time you pump gas, every time you book a flight, every time you open your electricity bill. This is not just a political chess game, it's your reality. The battle lines have been drawn. Canada has made its move. The U.S. is on its back foot. And the rest of the world, they're watching, waiting for the next explosive twist in this high-stakes showdown. Who will emerge victorious? Will the U.S. reclaim its energy dominance, or is this the beginning of a new global power shift? You don't want to miss what happens next, so make sure you're subscribed to Live News 16, turn on those notifications, and join the conversation in the comments below. This story is far from over. I'm Janet MacArthur, and this has been Live News 16. Stay informed, stay ahead, and stay ready, because the world as we know it is changing before our eyes.